This is episode number 354 of the Homeowner Show. Whether you're DIY or looking to hire, we're here to help you find the best information and options for you and your home. My name is Kevin Hackett, and here with me is Craig William.
Hello, and welcome to Homeowner Show. We're so glad that you could join us for another episode live here in the studio. How you doing, Kev?
You know, I guess I'm all right.
Yes, you aight.
I guess I'm all right. I don't know. I don't have much else to say other than that. It's like life is good.
All right.
Yeah.
I am fantastic.
Okay, why?
Because A&M swept the Longhorns in baseball.
Oh, okay.
In fact, we had the weather beat them.
Oh, well, I will tell you, like, baseball is a difficult sport to watch in college.
Yes.
Because they don't make it easy to watch the games.
What do you mean? Like on TV?
Like to watch them on TV.
Okay.
You can listen to them. Like most of the time they're broadcast somewhere, but they're kind of difficult to watch on like just on TV. And so I find myself, even though, you know, I'm a huge baseball fan, I find it difficult to keep up with my team. But I will say the Longhorns are typically good at baseball.
Well, they're number 2.
Yeah.
And the Aggies were ranked 18.
Okay.
And they took them 2 out of 3.
All right.
The game last night got canceled because of weather.
Oh, well, there you go.
You can't take Longhorns out in the rain.
No.
It ruins the suede.
It does. I have to tell you a really funny story. So my parents are gone, and they're at Sevierville, Tennessee. Are you familiar with that area?
I am.
Okay, so really, really cool place. Pigeon Forge, you know.
Is it? I thought it was Sevierville.
I've always called it Sevierville.
Yeah.
And
I could be wrong. I don't know.
But I think it's Sevierville.
Okay,
but
cool.
It doesn't matter.
I'm sure we'll hear from them.
We will.
Yeah.
Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, really, really cool area.
That's like probably my favorite part of Tennessee.
Yeah, I would agree. And
other than the strip in Nashville.
Well, there's
cheers.
Yeah, seriously. I enjoy Branson, Missouri.
Okay.
And Pigeon Forge has a Branson feel.
It has a vibe.
Yeah, it's a vibe a little bit to it. But anyway, I have no clue why I was going to tell you that story now.
But your parents are in.
So they're there, but there was a reason.
We were talking about college baseball.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
And I completely
Good
lost.
story, Kev.
Yeah. There's something about, I know it is Longhorns. Now we're back.
Okay.
I'm back, baby. They drove by a Longhorn Steakhouse.
Okay.
And next to the Longhorn Steakhouse, there is a large open field with longhorns in the field.
Okay.
And
see where your dinner's coming from?
Well, you would think, but there were people in like a tour van, like an open, like a golf cart type tour van, but it's bigger than a golf cart.
Right.
Like touring around looking at the Longhorns. and my parents were like, those people aren't from Texas.
There's zero chance.
That's right. There's a fairly regular opportunity to see Longhorn cattle around here, whether you like the team or not.
They're not even that good to eat.
No, they're not. Yeah.
I mean, you can live off of them.
Yeah, but you can, but why would you when there's so many other better options out there?
Well, I mean, it's an iconic brand,
sure,
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and the reason that we have them is they could last longer on the trail,
sure,
without losing body fat as much as other kinds of cattle.
Mm-hmm.
But then we invented the train, and they became unnecessary for anything other than lawn art, which is kind of like what they are now.
Yeah, and I have another like fun, interesting fact about not Longhorns, but cattle drives in general.
Right.
There are some laws that were enacted long time ago that are still relative today in the fact that they are still laws that just never got eradicated when things changed.
Sure.
So, you know, it's like a lot of things. Like something happens.
Is that like you can't have an apple pie in the windowsill on Sundays or something? Okay, yeah.
Something like that. Well, it's one of those, a law was put into place because someone didn't like something, and so they changed the law. And it's still a law that technically you could get fined for or arrested for or something like that. One of the my favorite laws is that in Texas, it is illegal to carry wire cutters like snips.
Oh, we've talked about this before.
In your pocket.
Yeah.
Which I think is hilarious. It's illegal in Texas to carry those in your pocket. Some people call them dikes, right? I don't, because obvious reasons. But it's because people would just cut through people's barbed wire to take their cattle up to Kansas.
It has to do with the range wars.
It does. And I just find that to be hilarious. So that's my story. That's all I got. So we got a fun show we're gonna talk about tonight.
Yeah. But I don't want to move on without acknowledging, like, we won 2 out of 3 games. And the third one, the only reason we didn't win the third one is because it got rained out.
Well, there's that. You take a win whenever you can take a win, right?
Well, so like there's this whole thing. I wasn't even aware of this. Like, they keep track between the 2 schools of all the sports. And so, like, at the end of the year, there's like a Lone Star champion between the 2.
Sure.
And, like, other than football, right now, we're whooping tail.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it.
Yeah. Why not? Right?
Well, and like, have you ever been to a baseball game at A&M?
I actually haven't.
Dude, I actually think they're more fun than like a Savannah Bananas game.
Really? Although the Savannah Bananas are coming to A&M.
They're going to play at Kyle Field, apparently. Someone was telling me that the other night. Yeah, we're going to go see the Savannah Bananas at A&M. And I was like, oh, at Bluebell Field? They're like, no, Kyle Field.
At the big one.
And I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
But anyway, like, it is the most interactive baseball game you will ever, like, if you are bored going to baseball games because it's just like sitting there and watching, no. Like,
there's stuff happening everywhere.
Because like the crowd gets involved in every moment of the game to just taunt the other team.
Yeah. So my favorite is the ball counting. So once you get past, I don't know what the number is, like 4 or 5. Like a pitcher, if they're on the mound and they throw, I think it's 4. I think after 4, which is a walk,
right, for
one batter, A&M fans start chanting the number of balls.
Yep.
And so and you can find this online. There's some really great YouTube videos of ball 5, ball 5,
yep,
ball 5, and he throws another ball. It's
and
ball
they cheer
6, ball 6. Yeah, they cheer. That is ball 7. Ball 7. So funny.
I don't know if they're still doing this. When I was in school, though, is every once in a while, the unfortunate pitcher needs a little encouragement from his catcher.
Okay, sure.
So the catcher will go out to the mound and have a little chat.
Right.
And as he gets to the mound, the entire crowd begins to chant, "Touch his butt! Touch his butt!" Because, usually they give him a
little tap.
Little
tappity tap. Wow.
And so, like, you'll just hear the whole crowd, like, touch it. And, like, if he does it, he's like, woo!
Oh, my gosh. That's funny.
That's a good one. And I was like, funny. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a keeper.
Well, I think, like, if you're, like, yesterday, we were at a baseball game for my son. And my daughter the whole time was, like, looking at her hair. Do I have any split ends? Like, what's going on here? Like, she couldn't care less about this game. I think if you don't appreciate the game of baseball, it's boring to you.
Sure.
And so that's not boring.
No.
Like, that's a way to make the crowd go, show up. This is a fun experience.
Absolutely.
And yeah, it's in good fun.
Yeah. Like, I encourage anybody, if you're in town, like, because they're going to do it. It doesn't matter the team.
Right.
Like, but I think I saw the other day, like, the A&M Texas tickets for the baseball game. They were like $1,000 a ticket.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
What?
And it was sold out. Oh. They were like, not even a question.
Wow.
Part of it is the head coach for Texas was the head coach for A&M.
Oh,
like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, like, he left A&M to go coach at Texas.
Okay.
And so, like, anytime he comes to town, it's game on.
Yeah, he deserves that.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
So, anyway. Well, we got some fun stuff to go.
Well, yeah, but before we do that, you wanted to talk about the picture.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, if you're just dead to the world and you haven't been paying attention, like, apparently Trump reposted this picture. Did you find it?
I did.
Okay. It's not hard to find.
No, and I did not intentionally put it up for us to look at right now.
Okay.
But I've got it on my computer right now.
And it's the one where it looks like he's healing somebody?
Yeah.
Okay. And there's apparently some edits that have been done. Apparently the people in the sky behind him have changed on a couple different pictures.
Yeah, they kind of look like in the one that I found, some of them look like soldiers and one of them looks like a superhero.
I think it's supposed to be the Horseman of the Apocalypse.
Yeah, I think that's probably true, but he looks like a superhero.
Yeah. So anyway, apparently Trump reposted this picture. And the people that hate him or dislike him or disagree with him are like, see, you see the kind of person.
Yeah.
And do I like it? No, I think it's stupid.
It is stupid.
It's one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. Should he have reposted it? No.
Yeah.
No. He probably but here's the thing. Does he think that about himself? Maybe.
Who knows?
But more than likely, what he believes is that you will fall for his trap to get enraged about that picture.
Yeah.
More than I believe that he thinks that about himself, I believe that.
Yeah, I would agree. Now,
is he taunting you? Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. He's taunting you into just rage baiting about this stupid picture.
Yep.
That no one in their right mind thinks is an accurate depiction of what they actually think about him.
Yeah, I would agree. So let me ask you a question. Do you think that Donald Trump...
Rarely.
Yeah. that Donald Trump ever opens his social media account?
Yes.
You think that I'm just curious. I mean,
constantly. I think he constantly opens it.
So you think that he's the one that reposted this, not somebody else?
It wouldn't shock me if he did.
It wouldn't me either. That's why I'm asking the question, because there's a lot of people that are like, he doesn't even touch it. He got too much other stuff to do. Someone else posts all that stuff for him, and it's just, maybe. Or maybe he's on his phone all the time.
No, I think, yeah,
I'm gonna repost this.
I legit think that he probably saw it, thought it was funny, and it's if I repost this is just gonna piss off so many people, and then cackled the whole way while he was hitting repost.
Yeah,
I really do. I mean, and at the same time, could he believe that about himself? Maybe.
Sure.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's not outside the realm of possibility.
No.
And, but do I think that the last 5 presidents thought the same things about themselves? 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
They just weren't as overt.
As brash.
No.
Yeah.
But they look, you have to be so arrogant to even pursue that position in the first place.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, you have to be the type of person that says, I'm better than everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know better.
You have to.
I'm smarter. I know better. I'm, even if you're the political...
I'm okay. I'm saying that, and I know people are hearing me. It's no. Should you? No.
Right?
No. You shouldn't.
No.
You absolutely shouldn't.
Right.
But the realist, the person who is living in reality says, I will never pursue that position. I know I could do a good job at it. I know I'm intelligent.
Yeah.
I know I could manage the stress, but I don't want the perception on me, because I know that no matter what I do, there's going to be one side that perceives me as being evil and another side that perceives me as being the Messiah.
So you have to be an I don't care person.
To a certain degree.
Yeah. I mean, to be able to slough that off and go, I don't care what people think of me. I'm doing this for whatever reason you choose.
Put it this way. The last person that I think that we had that actually cared what people thought was Jimmy Carter. And that man made the worst decisions.
He did make some really bad
for
decisions.
the country
yeah.
that we've had in generations.
Yeah.
And I think he was a good man.
Yeah.
That made really bad decisions.
Yeah.
And I think 2 things can be true. The man can be good, and the man can make terrible decisions.
Yeah.
And I also think that a man can be bad and make good decisions. I'm not making the case that I think Trump is making all good decisions by any stretch of the imagination.
Sure.
I'm just saying two things can be true.
Yeah. Well, and I would say whether or not, doesn't matter what side you're on, he does this on purpose.
Yes.
You have to understand that, like, and what I mean by that, and the people that hate Trump would say, yeah, that's why he's an idiot. Because he does it on, he knows he's willingly, knowingly doing these things. He's an idiot. And I think people on the other side are going, and you're buying it.
Maybe.
Like look, he's doing it for you.
There is a small minority on his side of the aisle that looks at that and says, yep, that's my boy.
Oh, of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
There are those guys out there like, yep, that's 100% right there.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what delusional world you're living in where that has to be your reality.
I hope not.
I know
it's true.
That doesn't sound like a fun place to be to me, honestly. I mean, like, you have to be lying to yourself constantly.
Yeah. Say it, Craig. I'm baiting you into it. You won't say it.
12 years ago, like some of you that are pissed off about this would not have been pissed off if it was a picture of Obama in the same situation. It's just a fact. It's just a fact. It wouldn't have bothered you, and it wouldn't have bothered you because he was black.
Okay.
Because it would have seemed okay because he was black.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like I'm saying both are wrong.
Right.
Both would have been wrong.
Yeah. Like white
and the people who would have thought that it was right were mostly white.
Yeah. I don't understand. What I really, really just don't understand is why can't we have a decent person?
Let me also caveat that with, like, no one would have put Joe Biden in that picture.
Well,
no one. There's not a person that would have made that picture of Joe Biden and liked it and said, "Yep, that's my boy."
No,
because
he was nobody's boy. Like nobody liked the guy. I mean, even the Democrats were like, "This guy's a moron. He's too old. He's senile. He's delusional. He's got issues." And he did. Like, it's come out. He did.
He 100% did.
He did. Dementia setting in.
This is why the Supreme Court is looking at decisions that he made with AutoPen, because they're having to go back and say, okay, was he in a mental capacity where he could have made the decisions, or was it an aide that was just AutoPenning things that they liked?
Right.
Like, because now we don't know.
Now we don't know. It's worth the scrutiny in my mind. But this picture, if you go look, I mean, today is...
I don't know who made it, but you're a moron.
Either. I agree.
Let's put that. You're a moron. Like, why did you make it?
Yeah.
There's just nothing good about, like, okay, let's just say, for instance, that you made it to make the other side angry.
Okay.
Why are we doing those things?
That's dumb.
Why are we doing things specifically to make the other side angry?
Yeah.
If anything... If you think that your ideas are so great, you should be doing less to piss them off and more to show them that your ideas are good.
Yeah.
Like, all you're doing is pushing them further and further. And I know that there are people that are saying, like, well, they'll never be on our side anyway. Okay. Really? Like, you know that definitively.
Yeah.
Like, that your position is so weak that it cannot be convinced through facts and logic. Mm-hmm. And I get it. Like, there are some people that cannot be convinced by facts and logic.
Agreed.
I've heard them say it. I've heard them pronounce it. I don't care what facts and logic you present with me. I will never change my position on this. I get it. Those people exist.
Sure.
They aren't the majority.
No.
The majority of people are willing to be swayed by facts and logic.
Yeah.
So why piss them off?
I think it's because you can.
And isolate them.
This again, I asked the question, could you have not done anything else better with your time than this?
Yeah.
I mean, you have nothing better to do with your life than this. It's asinine. So, and again, I will fully agree. Trump is asinine for reposting it. Let it go, dude. Like, forget it. But, yeah, this is stupid. It just is.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
So, anyway, we can talk about this all night. We gotta talk about some homeowner trends.
Yeah, we do. And
We
this
gotta
is actually
dissect
fun.
that and tell you other reasons why you might be stupid.
Well, this is a lot of fun because I think understanding trends is really important because some things, it's like gray, right? Painting your house interior walls gray. Like that was a trend.
There's a trend.
And honestly, it's kind of going away a little bit. I mean, there's nothing wrong with gray. It's neutral. It lasts forever. But it's the same reason like my parents had a green freezer and a green refrigerator.
What kind
at
of
one
green?
point. It was like that olive green.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like a.
I think that's actually coming back.
It is. But, like these are trends and they come, they go. I mean, goodness gracious. Like we've got Jinkos coming back in. So
What?
Yes. Have you not seen them?
No.
No, there are people wearing Jinkos again.
They all need to be slapped.
Well, of course they do.
including the people that made them.
Well, yeah, I don't disagree, but I'm just saying.
Where are these?
Trends are
Okay,
coming
I'm
back.
looking this up.
No,
Where?
I literally saw someone wearing Jinkos just a few days ago. No. And it's just like,
were they vintage?
no, they were new. Like these are, like they are being made again. I'm not joking. Like,
Okay.
Between that and like lots of things are coming back in style. And I just, it's cyclical and stuff like this happens. Maybe it should, maybe it should.
This should shock no one. Jinko, short for Judge None Choose One, is a Los Angeles, California-based clothing company specializing in boys and men's jeans. Jinko was founded in 1985. The brand gained recognition in the 90s with its boys' ultra-wide, straight-leg denim jeans. They look stupid.
Well, they're huge.
Like-
you can fit people inside your pants.
Look, I will race
Don't do it.
anyone in a pair of Jinko jeans.
Okay. No one that listens to our show has Jinko jeans, so nobody's going to take you up on that. But I want someone to take you up on that.
$10,000.
$10,000.
$10,000. I will beat you if you wear a pair of Jinko jeans in the 100-meter dash.
This is, oh my gosh.
Which is funny because
phenomenal.
if you wear them, you're like more likely to be on the police high-profile list. So you ain't running away from them. They ain't wearing Jinkos.
Oh, this is good. This is good. Butt trends. Not butt trends.
Oh my gosh, they're so dumb. I'm looking at
just
pictures of them right now.
Yeah, they're bad. Not butt trends. Trends.
You ain't
though,
got a butt if you wear these.
Exactly. You don't. You wouldn't know. So what we're going to talk about today are just three. We're going to pick three top homeowner trends of today. And these three, I mean, there's multiple, but these three were the ones that stood out to us, right? All right. Are you ready for these?
I'm ready.
All right. For number one, I want to hear your take on this.
Okay. Because
So,
I clearly have zero opinions in this episode.
Right. None whatsoever. Okay. The first one is this. People that are homeowners are currently seeing their house as their forever home. Mm-hmm. So here's the trend. 41% of homeowners, which is a pretty high number, are saying that high interest rates are leading them to view their current house as a forever home. They're not planning on moving. They're going, look, I would rather renovate my house because it's just too expensive to leave the one that I'm in. So let's get this one paid off, renovate it. We're staying here forever. It doesn't matter. Like even empty nesters who have like a bigger house because they had kids and all that kind of stuff, they're going, I'm not even trying to downsize anymore.
Yeah.
I just want to stay here. I'll renovate it. It'll be fine. Thoughts?
This makes complete sense to me.
It does me too.
One, if you've been listening to the show for any amount of time, like it may be that you're not in a big home. It may be that you're in the small home that you started in 20 years ago.
Right.
And you're going, oh, like my kids are now gone. We survived that nonsense.
Yeah.
And now this actually feels like a big house because there's nobody else living in it anymore other than just me and the missus. Well, let's just stay here because this thing's about paid off.
Right.
You know, or you've been upping your payments over the years and you're like 2 years away from like just giving the bank the middle finger.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, okay, paid off or new loan.
Realistically, it is a no-brainer.
And you know, if you bought a house within the last 2 decades, you probably have a significantly lower interest rate than what you could get right now,
without question.
So there's all sorts of things, and like if you've been in that situation for a long time, you don't want to move, you don't want to go to a new town, you don't want to go to a new neighborhood, you don't want, like, you have settled into the neighbors that you have. And if not, you know where to like bury them if you get tired of them. Like, it's like you understand the community, and so you can exist peacefully. Financially, it's going to be a lot easier on you. No one wants to move. No,
it's
like other than like public speaking, it's like one of the worst experiences of your life to like pack up all your things and like try and figure out where they go in a new place.
Yeah.
That makes total sense. And like if they've been listening to the show, they know that we're completely on board with this. Like, you don't need more than what you have.
Right.
More than likely.
And it is so much cheaper to renovate.
Yes.
Than it is
make
to
it better.
build something
you
new. Now,
turn a 1-story into a 2-story if you really want to.
You can. Now, here's what I will say, because I do need to put a caveat in here. If you have the choice of building a brand new house, or buying a home and renovating 100% of the interior, you're better off building a new home.
Probably.
It is cheaper. You will be able to spec that house out, lay it out the way you want it.
But that doesn't seem to be the statistic that they're talking about. They're saying like 41% of current homeowners view their current home as their forever home. And that has got to be a scary statistic for the banks.
Oh yeah, I would agree, because that's I just want to make the distinction of no. It's not cheaper to renovate if that's the situation you're in.
Sure.
But if you're looking at, I'm going to go buy a new home, or this home that I've lived in for a significant amount of time, I'm just going to renovate it, update it, make it a little bit more modern than something that I really want to live in for the rest of my life, that's way cheaper.
Yeah.
Put a second mortgage on your house if you have to. At that point, it's still going to be cheaper.
Yeah.
But you're right. I mean, if you've lived in your house for very long, your interest rate is likely cheaper. You know, like, you're comfortable with the driving distances to everywhere you're going. You're familiar with your surroundings. The only way I would see this not being the case, if you were older and you've got kids that have moved away and you're interested in moving near them, I can see that being the thing. But truthfully, the statistic makes sense.
Yeah. The only other caveat I could see where it makes sense is if you're a hoarder.
Well,
yeah, like sure. Legitimately, like if you're a hoarder and you're looking to like completely change your mindset and your lifestyle,
good luck. First of all,
good luck. I mean, because it's an addiction.
It is.
But one of the only ways you can get out of that is just go cold turkey, and and just toss everything.
Yep.
And then move into a new place and try and become a different person.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Right. It's not going to work.
Maybe, but. You know what I mean? But like sometimes, sometimes that's what it takes is a completely different change. Because like we had the guy on the show years ago.
Oh yeah.
That was the hoarder remediation guy. And he even told us, he's like, we can go in and fix the situation, but like the statistics show that they're just going to go right back to their old life.
Right.
And part of that is they're in the same environment. But like if they change their environment after throwing everything out, that might be a way to do that.
Maybe.
And at that point, I might say that might be a good decision for you.
Yeah.
If it's gonna fix that for you, okay, then I might be on board.
Right.
But like the idea that like the American banks, or really any bank, is looking at the American spender and saying, okay, 59% is our market now. That's not a good thing for them.
No.
That is not a good, because they make most of their money on loan origination.
Sure.
And like you take 41% of the market off the table.
That's bad.
That's bad.
Yeah.
For them.
Yep.
and like I'm not crying in my tea for them, like boo hoo, you guys have been making gobs of money for years and years and years.
Yeah.
Like what we have is we have an American public that is saying we want to start making smart financial decisions for our own futures and for our children's futures. And part of that is not being stupid.
Right.
In thinking that we need a bigger, better house than what I currently have, and this could be my forever home, and I'd be just fine.
Yeah, I'm curious your thoughts on, do you think that this is a shift in the American consumerism movement? And what I mean by movement is just because for years and years and years, Americans have been driven by consumerism.
What's the most powerful force in the world?
It is so powerful, and because of the resources that we have available to us, and what I mean by that is it doesn't matter if you have the resources or if you're crediting your resources, but you've got resources to be able to go buy a new TV or a new car or a new home or whatever. Like do you think that this is a signal that people are going, we've got to make some changes?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't. The minute we were able to green screen our lives and work from home, like this became like just like a non-issue. Because you have the ability now to put a facade out to the world that looks very real.
There's no doubt about that.
And so like you don't have to live in a nice house to make people think that you have nice things. You don't have to live in a nice house in order for people to think that you have a nice neighbor. Like you can fake the whole thing.
Yeah, you can.
You really can. And there's charlatans and frauds and fakes out there that are doing it every single day, making you think that they have all the right information, that they have all the right ideas, and they're just leeches that are hanging outside of golf clubs.
Yep.
Really. I mean, and renting like expensive cars on the weekends and just doing like lots of B-roll stuff of them driving those cars. Like, you don't have to have the neighborhood in order to have the reputation now.
Right.
You just don't. And so, it's not as if businesses haven't figured out how to get their pound of flesh.
Okay. Tell me what you mean.
So, you look at companies like Rocket Money. Like, what's their spiel? Are you familiar with them?
Yeah.
Like they will tell you, like they'll do like a man on the street segment. Like, do you know how many recurring payments you have every single month?
Right.
And like that's their thing. It's like, I'll give you $1,000 if you know how many recurring
payments.
Right.
And the subscriptions is their big deal. It's like, I've got like 4 subscriptions. And they do their thing. It's like, you have
18,
20.
Yeah.
You have so many.
And that's the thing is like they've all figured out how to like micro bleed you dry every single month. And so it's, it used to be that most people would put most of their money into their perceived hard asset of real estate.
Right.
Now it's not the case. It's like they're putting most of the resources towards like Netflix and Disney Plus and like whatever other subscriptions that they need every month, whether that be Google storage or Apple storage. I mean, and it's just nickel and diming the American person dry.
Yeah.
And so like at the end of the day, they can't perceive of having enough cash to do anything else other than live where they live.
Yeah.
I think that's a big part of it.
I don't disagree.
And so like, financial intelligence is a big part of what we're lacking. When you and I were kids, our parents balanced a checkbook.
Yes, they did.
You had to take account for every bit of money that came in and out of your account.
We made it zero.
We made it so easy for people to spend money. You can just, skip on past zero, as Jim Rohn would say.
Yeah.
And not even blink an eye.
Right.
Because you now have credit that you can accumulate over, and then you have someone that's sitting in, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 worth of credit card debt that's accumulating at 26%, and they're just stuck.
Yep.
And it's like, what do you do?
Well, yeah. Well, because they're not out there making more money, especially whenever, like we've talked about, like gas is more expensive, which makes transportation more expensive, which makes food more expensive, which makes everything that you buy is now more expensive.
Which is why I'm like, cry me a river, Banks, when it's like 41% of the people are looking at this home as their forever home. It's like, no, you created this situation by making capital so easy to acquire and spend and use. Like you tricked the American public into thinking that because they had access to capital, that they should be spending it. That they then needed all these things. They needed streaming services. They needed fast internet. They needed, I don't know, like an app that tells them where to walk their dog in the afternoon. It's like all these things that they think that they need that they don't really need,
right?
But that they want,
sure,
that are a convenience, that are a luxury.
But do they actually use?
No,
right?
They don't.
No, they don't.
And like just about everybody is paying for a subscription that they don't really need.
100%.
And if I say one, I mean most people are probably paying for like 5.
Yeah, because I mean the truth is like, I mean there's so many ways to get around things, so many ways to figure things out. But like whenever you're paying for YouTube TV plus Netflix plus Hulu plus Disney Plus, it's like pick one.
Yeah. Have you ever watched Caleb Hammer?
No.
Dude. So I think he's a jerk.
Okay.
I really do. I think there's no way that anybody would actually talk to people the way that he talks to people. But
okay.
What is the name of his show? Hang on here.
I don't know anything about it.
I'm going to look it up real quick.
Go look it up.
Best known for hosting Financial Audit, show analyzing guests' personal finance. So like you have to volunteer to go on this guy's show and you have to give him all of your personal finances.
What?
Yes. I'll show you some clips after we get done. And he just rakes them over the coals and is really mean and rightfully so, because there are some serious morons that go on his show thinking like, oh, I'm going to come out great in this. And he just, I mean, it's just pillaging through people's finances, going like, what is wrong with you? Why did you spend $120,000 last year when you made $40,000?
Oh,
right. Like, why did you buy this $200,000 car when you only make $35,000 a year? I mean, it's like, it's stuff that makes sense when you're watching it, but like he is such an ass about it.
Ugh.
And the reason I say like I appreciate what he's doing, but at the same time, I don't think he's winning hearts and minds.
Sure.
And like it almost ends up being like a left versus right thing, because he's like, why are you spending all this money? It's like, well, why are you a fascist on the right? And it's like, no, like I'm just financially intelligent.
Shocker.
So, but he's got 3.03 million subscribers.
And, of people that are just letting him rake them over the coals.
Well, no, those are just the people that subscribe to his channel.
But the people that are on his show are letting him go, you're being a moron.
They sign the release forms. They do everything. He's got over 3 billion views. He's an interesting cat. Like not super attractive. Doesn't like appear overly intelligent. Like he's not dumb by any stretch of the imagination.
Sure.
It's just like he can add and subtract. And apparently he came from like a really tough financial situation when he was in his 20s and just made the decision like, I don't want to live like this anymore.
Yeah.
Which good on him, man.
Sure.
I mean, he's obviously very successful now. He's in Michigan. I think I watched an interview with him on the Iced Coffee podcast. Interesting. Those,
sure.
Because I don't know if you're familiar with those guys.
I don't know about that one.
They're financial guys as well.
Okay.
They're talking about like, and all of those guys kind of hang out in like the same realm as like Dave Ramsey.
Okay,
like, don't be stupid. Don't go into debt. Spend what you make. Have a bucket for every category of your life. That kind of, it's like, it's really, really simple stuff.
Yeah.
And so like when they come across people that like violate the terms of that social agreement, they just blow up.
Yeah.
So anyway,
interesting.
I don't know where we were at.
Well, I do want to move on to the next one, but I want to say it this way, that the most important thing you can do whenever it comes to owning your home is make solid financial decisions with it.
Yeah.
And
don't overextend yourself.
Don't overextend yourself. Like, don't buy something at the top of your budget. Don't buy something that's going to make you go, man, what if I lose my job? What's going to happen?
Yeah.
Don't buy something just because the idea of owning a home is better than the idea of not owning a home.
Well, because most people, they make an extra grand in a month.
Sure.
And then they go, oh, now I can buy
So much more.
this.
Right.
And then they go buy that. And then they don't have the $1,000 anymore and they've lost the cushion.
Right. Well, and when in reality, that $1,000 a month would be better served to go buy something or stay where you're at, or buy something that you get to keep that $1,000 a month. And guess what? In 2 years, you can build the kitchen of your dreams.
Yeah.
In that home, you know? And if something happens in those 2 years where you need that $1,000 a month, now you have it. You know, so just, I think those smart financial decisions are really important. But this leads me into number 2.
Let's do it.
And I love this one. For lots of reasons, I love this one. But I think that it's a little bit counterintuitive to what we've been talking, but not too much. There has been a massive outdoor living investment spike. So, for example, people that had outdoor TVs, like the numbers have gone crazy.
Yeah.
From 2 years, roughly 2
outdoor
years
TVs
ago.
and speakers, right?
Yes, those are the
yeah.
two big ones. So the number of people in a percentage wise who have gone from I have an outdoor TV to now the people that have an outdoor TV, it's a 5 times increase.
Yeah.
Like if there were 21 people that owned an outdoor TV in 2024, that number is now 100. A 5-time increase.
Yeah.
And similarly, for outdoor speakers, if 29 people owned outdoor speakers in 2024, now 90 people own them. So you're almost 3 to 4x on those sorts of things. And so here's what's happening. They're building, like people are building outdoor rooms, not just outdoor patios.
Yes, that is accurate.
Yeah, they're looking for this sanctuary space, and they are looking like going, look, I want an outdoor extension of my indoor home because, and I think COVID precipitated some of this.
I think there's a part of that that's absolutely true.
Right. And I think another part of it is like people want this experience of being outdoors, of enjoying the outdoor space, but I don't want to, like, this is what's interesting to me. So many homeowners associations over the years have prided themselves on having a great pool, these great park areas, these great picnic places. And while those are great, I think that people are more and more going, I don't want to do that in community with other people. I just want to do it with my family.
Yeah.
And I would rather invite people over and have that experience. And so what's happening is that so many people are just going, it's a mindset. I want my own outdoor living space in my backyard. Forget having grass back there. I would just rather have something that's outdoor,
Right.
for us to experience. So it feels a little counterintuitive to what we've been talking about like saving money and those sorts of things, but I actually think it falls in line with people staying in their home.
So I think there's part of that, but I also think you look back at, I mean, let's just go back to the early 2000s.
Okay.
If you in 2005 went to go buy a 75-inch flat screen television,
Oh my gosh.
right?
Well, first of all, I don't think those existed, but if they did, it would be $10,000.
Right.
Literally.
Okay.
Okay.
So take that to today. Buy a 75-inch flat
For
screen.
$297
Yeah.
at Walmart.
And that's what I'm saying is outdoor entertainment spaces have become more cheaper to obtain for the consumer.
Agreed.
And so when people saw prices dropping, it became, I think everybody wanted that all along.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And then you also start looking at speakers. Well, that just naturally flows with outdoor television,
right,
and or projectors like what we have here.
Sure.
So like it makes sense to me. It became a much more achievable goal for the homeowner to say, oh, like I can have like an outdoor living room. I can outdoor living space. Mm-hmm. And like you start combining that with like an outdoor kitchen. Like, like we've talked about this before. Like, you can get a Blackstone for less than $300.
You're listening to this podcast, so I know you've got a curious mind. Here's a helpful fact you may not know yet. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $900 on average. Pop over to Progressive.com, answer some questions, and you'll get a quick quote with discounts that are easy to come by. In fact, 99% of their auto customers earn at least one discount. Visit Progressive.com and see if you can enjoy a little cash back. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $946 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2024 and May 2025. Potential savings will vary.
Sure.
Like, that's a great way to have like a lot of people over, cook some good food, sit by the TV, watch the game, watch the Aggies, whoop the ever living crap out of the Longhorns, and have a good day. And so, like, it makes complete sense to me that that's becoming more and more of a common thing in people's yards, when it used to be only obtainable by the rich who could pay $10,000 for a flat screen TV on the outside. Now, that's not $10,000. It's $250.
Sure. So attainable.
It's very like, and I can't tell you the number. Like, I'm in people's backyards all the time, not because I'm a creeper. I'm just invited because I'm dealing with problems. But like, just about everybody I know has a flat screen TV on the backyard.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily an outdoor TV.
No.
Why? Because people are less afraid to put a piece of electronics on the backyard because they're so cheaply replaced.
Yeah, who cares? I mean, at $297, I'm not joking about that price.
No, you're not joking. I understand exactly what you're saying.
You can get a 100-inch TV for $1,000.
Yeah.
So 75 inches, $297 at Walmart. You put it out there. Next season it goes out.
You buy another one.
You buy another one. Who cares? Like, it's long gone are the days of like TV repair guys.
But this is good news for the contractor. This is good news for the electrician. This is good news for the plumber. This is good news for all the trades, because you now have the opportunity to improve those spaces where, like as before, the only thing you were doing was solving problems on the inside of the home. Now you have the opportunity to improve situations on the outside of the home,
right? Where
honestly things are more accessible.
Sure.
And so it's easier work, but people are way more impressed with convenience.
Yeah.
With like a sink.
Yeah.
With whatever, like an ice machine on the outside. Like the possibilities are endless. And so, like, I think contractors like myself and other tradespeople should be looking at this as an opportunity, because we now have homeowners that are very interested in having entertainment spaces on the outside of their home.
Yeah.
And entertainment spaces on the outside of their home are way more accessible because you're not having to be as hospitable in order to invite people to your home.
Yeah.
They're not coming inside. They're just hanging out in the yard.
Right.
And they don't feel the need to come inside. Why? Because there's a TV there, there's speakers there, there's a refrigerator there, there's a grill there, there's a table there, there's a sink there. You want to wash your hands, fine. There's an outdoor bathroom over there.
Yep.
Like, all these things become options on the outside of the home.
Yeah.
And so, like, it doesn't matter if your laundry room's a mess because no one's going in there.
No one's going in
We're all
there.
hanging out there eating hot dogs.
That's right.
So,
and we're happy.
And yeah, when the weather's good.
Well, sure.
And if it's not, we have options to improve that.
We do, because we've got misting systems and we've got fans and we've got things that can,
swamp coolers.
Yeah. There's so many things that can
pools.
Right. They fix that problem as well. And then you got guys like you who are doing outdoor mosquito misting systems. So you're controlling the bug population as well. Like,
oh, dude, like I didn't even tell you. Like, we just took over an entire park.
Really?
Doing mosquito control.
Congrats.
And it's not even through pesticides. We're doing a bucket system.
Interesting.
On all, what is it, like 15 acres of this park?
Wow.
Like, so all that is manageable now, like without even spraying pesticides.
It's great.
So there's options.
Yeah, for sure. So let's move on to the last one.
Which I think is my favorite, by the way.
The last one?
If I remember correctly.
Yeah, the last one is probably my favorite as well. The title of this one that I'm going to give it is Quality and Availability Trump Brand Loyalty. So here's what that means.
Did you just slide the word Trump in there for the...
Well, maybe. I'm just all I'm saying is quality and availability are king over brand loyalty. Sorry. Trump king. Okay, whatever. So here's the trend. Okay. So for years and years and years, people bought a brand because they said in their brains, this brand represents quality. I'm going to use Maytag for an example.
Okay.
Like for years and years and years, Maytag was that washer and dryer that you knew was going to stand for just this excellence in quality. The brand itself was so superior that it's like I would rather buy a Maytag, spend a little more money because I know that it's going to last longer than the Frigidaire brand or whatever. Brand loyalty became a massive thing for so many years. I mean, do you remember like back in the day whenever you'd see the Chevy commercials, what their brand was like a rock.
Like a rock, yeah.
Like a rock.
There's even the song.
It was like a rock. And it was like this idea of like Chevy's this brand that like in its core is quality. Like nothing's gonna break this thing. Well, here's what's happened over time. And I think Amazon has been the precipitator of most of this because, while Amazon was some dude that started selling books out of his garage, it's grown into the most global powerhouse of a commerce that's unbelievable today.
Right.
But here's what's so cool about it is everybody knows based on crowdsourcing how good a product is.
Yeah.
So now what's happening is if it's available and it's got good reviews online and I can get it in 2 days, I will buy that. I don't care what brand it is. Brand doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, if it's prime.
If it's prime and I can get it in 2 days, I will wait 2 days over this thing that I've never heard of. I don't know where it came from. I don't know who produces it. I don't know how long they've been in business. I don't know what their return policy is like other than Prime will let me return it versus going to Home Depot and buying the Lutron brand or that Maytag brand or the whatever brand, GE or whatever brand you think was the brand of choice. Who cares now? I can get that cheap. I can get that quick. And it'll do the job.
Yep.
So quality and availability trump brand all the time right now.
Yeah, and I think that's the trick that brands are going to have to start jumping through right now. Is you may have a quality product, but is it available?
Right.
Can you get it to the consumer quickly? Can you make sure that like I don't even know how to put it because like I've made this decision on multiple times where it's like I can get this one in 2 days or I can wait 2 weeks and get this one that I know. No, I'm like I feel like I need it now, and so I'm not willing to wait.
Right.
And there's a lack of patience in the consumer.
Yep.
And so the brands that have been around for a long time, I think some of it is just arrogance. That they've been able to live off their brand for such a long time that now you have other people moving into their sector going like, no, we'll get it to you quicker. And because they understand the algorithm.
Sure.
Yeah. And like, this is actually something I was talking. I was on the, what was the name of that podcast I was on this morning? Oh,
you mentioned it and I don't remember.
Hang on. The Intelligent Builder.
Yeah.
I was on the Intelligent Builder and he was asking me about brands. And I said, brands have this tricky thing that they're going to have to navigate right now in that a lot of them are attached to a face.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And the problem is, like, what if that face messes up? Then the brand is toast.
It is.
But, like, if you don't know, there's a guy named Jeff Bezos that founded Amazon.
I remember that guy.
And most people can't tell you what he looks like. And it was probably one of the most intelligent business decisions ever.
Yeah,
because the
sure.
brand is Amazon. It's not Jeff Bezos.
Yep.
Jeff Bezos owns Amazon. He owns the Washington Post and a bunch of other stuff. But, like, no one knows what the dude looks like.
Nope.
Across, I mean, like, there's probably, like, a few, like, tech journalists and things like that know what he looks like because he's had some hair plugs and
Sure.
because he's a multi-freaking billionaire now.
Yeah, he is.
But
almost
like,
trillionaire.
But, like, his face is not associated with that brand. That brand is associated with Prime and getting you products cheaply and quickly and on time. And so, like, it's associated with all these things, but no one associates that brand with his face.
Yeah, nobody.
So, but this is the problem is you have other brands that have been around for decades that have gotten fat and lazy off of their brand recognition.
Yeah.
And now they have other brands moving into the space going, no, we'll get it to you quicker. And the consumer doesn't care if your brand lasts 5 times longer.
Doesn't matter.
Because they've all bought into the idea of designed obsolescence.
Yep.
Because that is a real thing that's been occurring in the marketplace. And I was telling you before we got started on the show, I did a little bit of research on this. Oh, shoot. Where did it go? Here we go. And so I was looking at the numbers since the 1990s based off consumer confidence on brands in the marketplace. And the number one key factor is longevity. Right? And so in the 1990s, it wasn't odd to have a refrigerator that was more than 15 years old.
Not odd at all.
Right? And so what it's called is the durability gap. And it says in the 1990s, appliances were often mechanical and over-engineered, and the data suggests a significant swing in how long a consumer expects a purchase to last.
Yeah, right.
Not how long it actually lasts,
right,
but how long they expect it to last. In the 1990s, it was common for a refrigerator to be 15 to 20 years old. 35% of the households had a primary fridge older than 10 years. Okay?
Interesting.
In 2020, while the median lifespan has only dropped slightly to about 13 years, okay, for large appliances overall, the failure rate in the first 5 years had surged. Okay, in 2004, only 3.5% of appliances failed within the first 5 years. By 2010, the number jumped to 8%, and it remains a primary driver of consumer skepticism today. So between 2004 and 2010, you had the failure rate within the first 5 years more than double.
That's crazy. It really is.
And that tanked consumer confidence in multiple brands across.
Yeah. It wasn't just that, like, oh, by the way, like some of these brands that we've trusted for a long time, and I'm going to take something like Maytag and Kenmore. I'm going to take those two brands for a minute and say those two brands did unbelievable things for people. Sears was unbelievably, like, so well thought of.
Right.
That I can go to Sears, get a good quality appliance. Guess what happened? Samsung and LG happened. Samsung and LG came out, and everybody started selling Samsung and LG appliances. They came onto the scene for the first time. These are well-known brands. In other categories. They're so well-known. They were failures at appliances over and over and over. We talked about it with Lone Star Appliance Repair. Yep. They will tell you, don't buy an LG. It's terrible. It's going to fail on you. Well, guess what it did? It tanked Sears.
Yep.
It tanked Sears. Not because Kenmore wasn't a good product, but because LG wasn't a good product. So your point is very well taken. And, oh, by the way, this was bizarre to me. I said that on purpose. I had to go to IKEA the other day. I had to go to IKEA.
You went all the way down to I-10?
Oh, I did. I did. Well, there's a reason. I can tell you about it later. It doesn't matter. I had to go to IKEA. I was walking through IKEA for the first time in years. I just don't go down there. It's so far, and it's IKEA. I don't really buy their stuff that much. However, they have a whole appliance section.
Oh, do they now?
That I had no clue about. And it is really nice looking stuff. I mean, everything from just like ranges that are built in to slide-ins to standalones to ovens that are built-in ovens to standalones. Really nice looking stuff. They have faucets. They have all sorts of like things that they used to not have. And I'm looking at it going, who cares? It's cheaper. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, it's probably fine.
Does it work?
Does it work?
Yep.
It's probably fine because no longer do we associate quality
With a name brand.
with a name brand. We just don't.
I think there are a few exceptions to that rule. There are exceptions, but I think there are a few exceptions. So here, let me give you an example.
Okay.
Because this chart broke it down over washing machines. So, and this is a 2026 service rate based off of 4 different brands.
Okay.
And they're all recognizable brands. So Speed Queen.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. In 2026, they have a 3.7% service rate, meaning
They're
only
so good.
3.7% of them actually need repairs.
They're such a good brand.
Right? But like, here's the thing. There's no Wi-Fi on them.
Nope.
There's no Bluetooth on them.
Nope.
They are steel
They're old school
washing machines.
washing machines. They've got agitators in them. Like they are old school washing machines.
Yep. So take Speed Queen at 3.7%. 3.7% of all Speed Queens need repairs within the first year.
That's not much.
Okay. LG. 5.5% need repairs within the first year.
That's a pretty big jump.
Okay.
I mean, you wouldn't think that 1.5 is that much. It's quite a bit.
It's a bunch.
Yeah.
Miele.
I don't know what that is.
It's an appliance brand.
Okay.
7.4%.
We're getting close to 10.
Right? Within the first year. Like and they're like a high quality brand.
Sure.
But like 7.4% within the first year.
That's a lot.
Bosch.
Look, Bosch for years is because they were a tool. They were like hardy,
Yeah.
right? So then they start making appliances, and what's the number?
Let me also point this out. Bosch is consistently voted America's most trusted for kitchen suites.
Wow, okay.
So Bosch tends to be like the high end
Right.
option
Sure.
in whatever retail space that they're in.
Sure.
8.7%.
We're climbing to 10 so quick.
Right? So I mean, like that's just 4 that most people know.
Right.
Right? And like, you know, Speed Queen to me is the anomaly
Oh, for sure.
in that group.
For sure. Because you know what Speed Queen is? Speed Queen is the laundromat brand. Literally. Like if you go to laundromats, you're going to find Speed Queens.
Yep.
And so why would you put that in your house? Like look at the psychology behind this. Why would I put a Speed Queen in my house whenever I'm not a laundromat type of person?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like no. I am not a laundromat type of person. I would never take my stuff. I don't need to take my stuff to a laundromat. I've got my own washer and dryer at home. I can take care of myself. I don't have to put quarters in a machine.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
And yet, by far the best brand on the market.
100%.
Without question.
So what this report actually summarized, and I think it's aptly put, is it's a pivot. We move from confidence and longevity to frustration with complexity. Yeah. What we see is those brands that are giving you like the new fancy things along the way are the ones that create the most complications and potential for breakdown in the system.
Yep.
It's not to say that we shouldn't expect the brands that we trust to give us new innovations. It means that the brands have moved so quickly into innovation that they forgot about quality along the way.
That's for sure.
And so it's
Trying to keep up.
It's more prudent for the homeowner to look at longevity and quality. And this is the trend that we're seeing.
It is
that the highly suspicious of options. Like when you tell me, like when the salesman is saying, well, you should really look at this one. What incentives are you getting? What are those options like? Why are those so intriguing? Why, like, you should be asking a lot of why questions.
Yep.
When you're being pushed towards a specific brand.
Yeah.
You know, like why do I need steam in my wash cycle?
Right.
Why do I need all these things?
I've never needed it before.
My clothes smelled better.
Right.
When I did this other thing.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing this, and I'm having to have a repairman come in every 2 weeks because the motherboard breaks down. My other washing machine didn't have a motherboard. like
so true.
It just needs to spin.
Yeah.
And wash the clothes.
And it did a better job.
And it did a better job. And like, there's a lot of consumers that are looking at this going, like, why do I have to replace my iPhone every 2 years? Like, because it's designed obsolescence.
It is.
And there have been court cases and court cases and court cases that have proven that this is what businesses are doing now.
Yep.
And so if you can find a brand that's not trying to do that, like wouldn't you pay like 3 to 4 times as much for a washer and dryer that you would just keep for 25 years?
I would.
You know? Like I found the other day, it was I'm looking for a wine fridge right now.
Okay.
And wine fridges are just stupid expensive.
For no reason.
And why
they don't even keep stuff colder than other stuff.
No, they don't. And why do I want one? Because I want one. It's
Right.
just like, it's vanity. I get it.
Sure.
But like, I want one. But I found one that's about 20 years old, but it's a Sub-Zero.
Oh.
And
does it matter at that point?
well, but here's the thing. I can buy a brand new one for like $1,500.
Okay.
This Sub-Zero that I found on Facebook Marketplace is $250.
Oh.
And I'm like, does he understand what he has?
He doesn't.
Is there something wrong with it? Like, what
Does it matter? Because you can go get that Sub-Zero repaired for less than $1,250 probably.
Yeah, and I'm looking at it going, that's a Sub-Zero.
Yeah. That's the Sub-Zero brand, we're familiar. If you don't know, go listen to our episode on Sub-Zero. Like
if you want to talk about quality,
Yeah.
like people have them for like 30 years.
for 30 years.
And I'm like, okay, like if I buy that could potentially last me 10 years for $250.
Exactly.
It's used.
Yes.
And it's kind of good looking.
Yep.
And it's a fraction of the cost of a brand new one that I have zero confidence in.
So, it is interesting. If you go over to our house right now and you look at our refrigerator, it says on there 10-year warranty.
Right.
10-year warranty. Why? Why does it say that? It says that because the brand isn't worth anything else.
Yep. It's not worth more than 10 years.
It's not worth more than 10 years. But the 10 years tells you, I can be confident for 10 years. Back in the day, do you think your mom and dad were like, tell me about the warranty on this Maytag? No. They knew it would last that long.
I mean, I think people cared about the warranty, but there was only like 2 or 3 brands to pick from.
Right. But you knew the reputation of that thing.
But that's why those brands existed.
Sure.
Is because they had built confidence in the consumer.
Of course. And so now, I mean, I'm gonna completely flip the table from things like appliances to it's time to buy a light bulb for your home. You need to buy light bulbs.
No one cares.
No one cares. Before, you would go to Home Depot or even Walmart, right? And typically you'd pick out a GE. Like GE was a great brand.
Yeah.
And you knew I'll pay a little bit more for the GE than the Equate brand or whatever, right? Like the cheap brand.
Sure.
Because it's going to be better. You know what we're going to do today?
Buy the Amazon brand.
100% every time. Amazon Basics, while by the way, we can switch for a minute. I'll go there here in a minute. But like the Amazon Basics brand, you buy it because it's Amazon. You trust Amazon.
Well, because they're going to give you preferential treatment on their
they
brand.
are.
because it's going to get there in a day.
A day. So, I mean, I'll say this. So, I did some research on batteries the other day. You know why? Because I got nothing else to do, I guess. And the truth is, the Duracell and Energizer bunnies, the Energizer batteries are better than the
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Amazon Basics. They're better in the way they're built. They're better in the internals that they have inside of them. They're better batteries. They're more expensive by almost double than the Amazon Basics.
Uh-huh.
And yet they probably last 3 times as long. Okay? So you got a battery that probably lasts 3 times as long. Duracell Energizer. Versus a battery that is half as good. Okay? People buy the Amazon Basics all day long.
Yeah.
Because it's cheaper.
For sure.
It's cheaper.
I'll guilty as charged.
Sure. I buy the Amazon Basics. I got them all over my house because I look at it and go, it's cheaper. I can buy a 48 pack.
Yep.
And I love it.
And
would you ever buy a 48 pack of Duracell? No. I wouldn't because it's $400.
But here's the other trick. If you put them on subscription,
oh yeah, they show up
a little bit more cheaper. A little cheaper.
Little cheaper.
Yeah,
a little cheaper. And they show up whether I ask for them or not.
Yep.
You know? And you look at that and you go, the quality isn't as good, but it doesn't matter because it's cheaper. I can use 2 or 3 of them and it's still going to get me to the place that this other one does. I don't care about the other brand. So quality and the speed to be able to get it is better than the brand. Mm-hmm. And so I find it fascinating. It is a weird trend because this has bled over into a lot of things. I mean, I'm looking around. I'm looking at your guitar collection here. And you've got some really, really nice guitars. And you got some expensive guitars. You got some less expensive guitars. Mm-hmm. All of them are good. You don't have any cheap crap in here. So if I know that I can go buy a guitar for $200 on Amazon and learn how to play the guitar, is that good?
Yes.
It is good.
It is good.
It is good because now I know how to do something that I didn't know how to do before. My barrier to entry is so much lower.
Yeah, I actually think that's a good thing.
It is.
Because you can it's gonna play.
It's gonna play. Is it gonna sound the best?
No.
No, it's gonna sound like terrible
You're
crap.
gonna sound terrible for the first 4 or 5 years anyway.
Because it doesn't matter.
And the difference between you playing on a $200 versus a $20,000 guitar is negligible when you're a beginner.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
But that's not the case for everything across the board.
It's not.
Because when it comes to food preservation, you want something that's going to preserve your food for as long as possible.
You don't want to start off with a $200 fridge. But again, you get what you pay for a lot of times. But right now, the trend is quality and speed is better than brand.
So here's an interesting statistic.
Okay.
1984 versus today.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So what is that?
Bro, that is almost 40 years.
Almost 40 years.
What is 40 years?
It's just
it's
shy.
42 years.
No, it's just shy of...
It's 42 years.
It's 38 years, right?
You said 84?
84.
It's 42 years, man.
Is it 42?
Yes.
Okay.
We're experiencing 2 bourbon Craig right now. 42.
42 years. Okay. 1984 versus today.
Yep.
Median wages from 1984 versus today are up 250%.
Oh my God.
Median wages. Median wages.
That's a lot.
Not the bottom end, not the top end. Right in the sweet spot in the middle.
In the middle.
Median wages are up 250%.
That's a lot of percent.
Okay. How much do you think appliances have gone up?
Okay. That is an interesting question. Let
me just go ahead.
Okay.
Let me just go ahead and like shatter your world because they haven't gone up.
I was gonna say my guess is it's like maybe 5%.
They're actually lower
They're lower. Okay.
compared to the median age.
I mean,
median wage.
I did not. I knew it wasn't 200% because I'm not paying $4,000 for a washing machine right now. I know that, and I wonder why. What's the reason?
It's because the focus of the manufacturer has shifted from buying a lifelong asset to buying a 10-year asset.
Okay, so now,
while it may have all the frills,
yeah, it's gonna crap out on you.
It's gonna crap out on you.
So this is okay, y'all. Lone Star Appliance Repair does not sponsor this show anymore, but we still like them.
Oh, we love them.
They're still
good, yeah.
wonderful people, and we still recommend them all the time. We believed in their brand because there is something to be said about repairing something rather than replacing it.
Yeah.
And the problem is, and it goes to the TV conversation we're having earlier, brands are going to replacement value more than they are going to repair value.
Yep.
And so I would rather how many of you out there are listening right now? They're like, you know what? If my washer goes out, if it stops working, I'm going to go to Lowe's and buy another one. Mm-hmm.
Whatever one they have in stock.
Right. Because here's the thing. I'm not a speed queen person. I'm not going to the laundromat.
Yep.
And I'm too proud to ask my neighbor to use their washer. Mm-hmm. So
what's convenient?
Yep. I'll go buy the thing that I can afford.
I will repaint the laundry room.
Right. Because
to match the new.
That's true. And guess what? Lowe's is going to give you 12 months no interest. So, might as well buy whatever you want.
Yep.
The mentality behind it is so stupid because the truth is what you have is probably still viable.
Yeah.
But it's throwaway culture. We live in throwaway culture.
It's going to take 2 days to get the repairman there.
Yeah. I don't have time for that.
My clothes are dirty.
They're dirty. You would save money by going and buying new clothes and wearing them off the rack.
Look,
really?
Yeah, I love. I watched the movie Far and Away with my kids the other day.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's the Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman.
Oh, I do know what you're talking about.
Right?
That's a good movie.
Where he teaches her how to do laundry.
Yeah.
And she's like the snob, stuck up, bourgeoisie.
Right.
Irish woman,
right,
and who can't do laundry,
right.
And then later on in the movie, she's scolding her own mother for not
you gotta
plunge and scrub. You gotta plunge and scrub, and it's I think more people need to spend some time plunging and scrubbing, to appreciate the thing that they have, because to your point, it's become so easy to just I'll go buy a new one. Just go plunge and scrub.
Right. Plunge and scrub.
And then dry in the sun and actually have to take some time to do your laundry. And with appreciate where you came from. A generation of people that knew how to get stuff done.
They did. Now, they don't know how to take care of themselves in their old age. However...
because they were having such good adventures, they didn't get there.
No, I say that tongue in cheek because the truth is, most of them are not in debt.
None of them.
None of them are in debt. Now, they don't have any money either, but they're not in debt.
They're not in debt.
They're not in debt. So there's something to be said about that. Look, Fun stuff tonight.
Yeah.
And, I think that the trends are interesting. There are way more that we didn't even talk about, but we had fun with this episode. I hope that you did too. If you haven't already, man, like and subscribe to our stuff because we think you should. And that's the only reason. I'm sure there are other reasons.
There's plenty.
But go invite your friends, tell them about what we're doing, and we appreciate you for listening, downloading our episode. Until next time, we'll see you later.
See ya.